Many people don't know it's their attitude, it's their mindset that is attracting the problem they have. They still think it's their parent, they still think it's the government, they still think it's the country. Trust me, if you don't work on your habit, your mindset, things are not going to be very easy for you. You know, when I was young, by then I didn't know this principle. I used to think I'm suffering because of the government, because of my parents, because of the country I found myself. So my praying was that I was blaming the government, my parents, and then the country. I never thought I should blame myself. I always feel like if the government would do the right things, I'll be okay. If my parents would just understand me and do the right things will be okay for me. If I was born in US or maybe London or Germany or Canada, I think I'll be fine. And my life was not changing. 2013, same thing. 2014, 2015. Then I was reading a book and it said that take full responsibility of your life. I said, what do you mean? That start reading books to change the way you think. That the way you think affect the way you act. And the way you act will eventually bring the results you get. I said, wow, the way I think? So, okay. So I started working on the way I think. I started developing some habit. I started doing certain things differently. Today, alhamdulillah, the government is the same. My parents are the same. I'm in the same country, but I am not the same. You see, you can't change other people. You can't change people. Like people choices, people thoughts, people words. You can't change people. You can't control people. You have no control. God has not given anybody's control over you. God gave us power to have dominion over the earth. You can't control anybody. You can't change your parents. You can't change, can you change Nana Akufo-Addo? I'm not talking of during election we vote. Can you change his action? Like when he decides to do something, can you change it? Can you speak to change him from doing that? You can't do that. Even you yourself, it's hard to convince yourself to stop doing certain things. Sometimes there are certain things you have to do. You know it's wrong, but you are still doing it. And you are waiting for somebody to change. When will they change? Stop playing victim. I don't care whether my parents have changed or not. I don't care whether Ghana has changed or not. I don't care whether the government have changed or not. I have changed. I don't blame anybody. I take full responsibility of my life. I cut my coat according to my size. I do what I can. What I cannot do, I don't let it frustrate me. I was reading the Quran, I get to a point that you do what you can do to the best of your abilities. I said, what do you mean? That you do what you can do with the best of your abilities. That then God will do what you cannot do. So, wow. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that there are two things you can do. God has blessed you with the ability to do. And there are things He knows you cannot do, so that you acknowledge Him. The beauty of studying Quran is that it teaches you to know which activity is for you and which activity is for Him. Many people don't know that, so they do the activity and they still take good activity to do. God is not weak. He doesn't need you to help Him. Identify your lane and stay there and leave His work for Him. People who don't take full responsibility of their life, they don't do well in life. I remember there was a man, he changed my life. He was with his family members and they gave light out. Oh, then the family people start blaming the government. He didn't mind them. The next day, he brought a generator. He went and bought a generator. And when they gave light out again, he on the generator and there was light. And I was like, why is this guy acting this way? Then there was another time he was late to work because of traffic. And with his colleagues, and they were all complaining, now the traffic, Accra traffic is bad. The next day he got up earlier and he got to work early. He was not late. And he was telling them that had you left just a moment earlier, you could have avoided the situation. And he said that anything that happened, ask yourself, what can I do next time to reduce the effect on me? So the light out, he asked himself, what can I do? I take full, it's my responsibility. Many people thought it was the government, that it is his responsibility to provide and take care of his family. So what can I do to reduce the effect? Buy a generator. And he can afford it. So guess what? He went and bought that generator. He went to work late. What can I do to reduce late coming? Get up earlier. He got up early. Many people don't know it's their attitude, it's their mindset that is attracting the problem they have. They still think it's their parent. They still think it's the government. They still think it's the country. Trust me, if you don't work on your habit, your mindset, things are not going to be very easy for you.